Will the Senate please come to order? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Senator Ocasio,
Present.
Senator Baker,
Here.
Senator Chang,
Excused?
Senator DeCoite,
Here.
Senator Dela Cruz, Senator Favela, Senator Gabbard, Senator Ihara,
Excused?
Senator Inoue, Senator Kanuha, Senator Keith Agaran, Senator Keoho Kalole, Senator Kidani, Senator Kim,
Excused?
Senator Lee, Senator Misalucha,
Present.
Senator Moriwaki,
Present.
Senator Nishihara, Senator Rhodes, Senator Riviere, Senator San Buenaventura,
Excused?
Senator Shimabukuro, Senator Taniguchi,
Excused?
Senator Wakai. Mr. President,
Present.
20 present, 5 excused.
Thank you. The chair has read the journal of the preceding day and approves the same. Are there any introductions this morning? Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. Just wanted to introduce Chief Justice Rechtenwald, who's in the gallery, Rod Miley, Administrative Director of the Courts, and Hawaii State Bar Association Executive Director Pat Shimizu. If you could stand and be recognized.
Any further introductions this morning? Senator Dela Cruz.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd just like to introduce students from my alma mater, Lelahua High School. We have students who are participating in summer school in a class called Participation in Democracy, and they're here with their instructor, Mr. Zenkowicz. Please stand and be recognized. Welcome to the Hawaii State Senate. So I'm hoping that one of these students end up taking this seat in the future. So study hard.
Thank you. Further introductions? If not, Madam Clerk.
Beginning on page 2, advise and consent.
If there are no objections from the members, we will be taking advice and consent on consent.
Standing Committee Report Number 1 on Judiciary Communication Number 3, Gregory H. Myers, Judicial Appointee to the District Court of the Fifth Circuit, for adoption.
Is there any discussion? Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of Judiciary Communication Number 3.
Please proceed.
Gregory Myers has been licensed to practice law in the state of Hawaii since 2002. Upon graduation from law school, he moved to Hilo to work for the Legal Aid Society. He then transferred to the Legal Aid office on Kauai, where he worked until 2006, completing his tenure there as managing attorney. Mr. Myers then moved to private practice, first with a firm he started named Hempy & Myers from 2007 to 2014, and then a new version of the firm in 2014, DaCosta Hempy Myers, where he continues to be of counsel. At the firms, he handled complex litigation, criminal law, family law, and appellate cases. In 2017, he and his wife started their own firm, Myers & Myers, specializing in family law, criminal defense, and civil litigation. From 2014 to 2016, Mr. Myers also served as a per diem judge in the District Family Court of the Fifth Circuit. Mr. Myers received his Bachelor of Business Administration from the University of Michigan and his Juris Doctor degree from my alma mater, the George Washington University Law School. During his career, he has served on numerous legal and community organizations, including service on the boards of Junior Achievement Kauai, Haleopio Kauai, Legal Aid Society of Hawaii, Friends of the Children's Justice Center, and Hoike Community Television. After having reviewed the testimony, which was overwhelmingly in support of his confirmation and other materials submitted to the committee, and having examined the appointee in a hearing, your Judiciary Committee finds that Gregory Myers is qualified to serve as a District Court Judge of the Fifth Circuit and recommends that the Senate consent to the appointment. Mr. President, I have additional written remarks that I would like to have entered into the journal.
So ordered.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, do we have Senator Favela?
Thank you, Senator President. I stand in support.
Please proceed.
I'm here today. I just wanted to bring up a situation. I understand all of this was taken care of, but being a privilege of being in the Judiciary Committee of one of the committees that I'm in. I feel very privileged, and I take what I do very seriously. But when there's allegations and defamation of character, especially seeing the overwhelming support of this candidate, I was very disturbed that something like this would happen in my lifetime. I know when I asked him his strengths and his weaknesses, and he couldn't come up with too much of his weaknesses. And I told my staff before I went out and made the decision in going through the committee hearing and speaking and watching this gentleman in action, I said, I'm gonna make my decision there. But when I seen the people that I recognize on top of the list that show support, especially my good friend Mel Raposo, was something that I really took into consideration. But when I seen this gentleman got up and he was under this thing, and I kind of went get mixed up, and I kind of went out of turn and tried to ask different questions. That was my bag. But the reason why I'm saying this today, defamation of character is very serious, very seriously. Over my lifetime, I've been accused for a lot of things. But the things with people like Senate President, myself, and others here, my colleagues, some of us, we wear our heart on our sleeves. And it's very easy to be attacked, and always easy to be a center of public attention. So when he couldn't figure out what was his weakness, which his weakness is his biggest goal, is because he wears his heart on his sleeve, and he really loves what he do, and he really loves his community. That's his weakness, which is mine, and probably a lot of our colleagues here, is we wouldn't be in public service if we wasn't. So that's the reason why I came up and I raised my strong support for this candidate, because of what he went through, that nobody should have to go through that. Because I know in my community, it took me 30 years to be where I am today because of all those kinds of false allegations that they said about me. But all I did was love and care about my community. So when we put people like this up for positions, we gotta be very careful on the people that is lurking in the darkness to try to kill, steal, and destroy. This man would have been ruined if our chair of our Judiciary Committee and our vice chair decided to move him on the side. That would have been the most devastating thing that we could do as senators and as legislators and lawmakers. So I'm glad they stood their ground. I supported them in the committee, and I support him and his family in what he's going to do, great things for us. Thank you, Senate President. Take care, and God bless.
Thank you, Senator Favela. Any further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent?
20 ayes.
Thank you. Gregory H. Myers has been confirmed as judge for the District Court of the Fifth Circuit. Senator Rhodes?
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm pleased to introduce our newest District Court Judge for Kauai, Judge Gregory Myers. Please stand and be recognized. Judge Myers would like to acknowledge the support of his wife, Amiko, and their children, Leah and Declan, and all of his colleagues watching proceedings. Congratulations.
Thank you. Before going on to the next nominee, I would simply say that the test of an individual is how they carry themselves when confronted with adversity. And to Greg Myers, he certainly carried himself with class, dignity, and in a very professional way while going through this process, as has been described by Senator Favela. And so for the way that he carried himself, I want to certainly extend my congratulations and acknowledge his exemplary character and behavior. Madam Clerk?
Standing Committee Report Number 2 on Judiciary Communication Number 2, Joanna E. Sokolov, Judicial Appointee to the District Family Court of the Third Circuit, for adoption.
Is there any discussion? Senator Rhodes?
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of Judiciary Communication Number 2.
Please proceed.
Thank you. Joanna Sokolow has spent her legal career serving Hawaii Island. She started in 2006 as an AmeriCorps attorney with the Legal Aid Society of Hawaii in the Kailua Kona office, and subsequently rose to the position of staff attorney and managing attorney. After 9 years with legal aid, she moved to the Public Defender's Office for Hawaii Island, where she represented indigent criminal defendants for 4 years. Judge Sakalo then spent 2 years with the Children's Law Project, where she advocated for at-risk, low-income youth, including as a court-appointed guardian ad litem. In 2021, she started her own practice focusing again on criminal defense for indigent defendants. Since July 2021, Judge Sakalo has served as a per diem judge for the District Family Court of the Third Circuit. Judge Sakalo received her Bachelor of Arts degree in International Relations and French from the University of Wisconsin-Madison and her Juris Doctor from Georgetown University Law School. Throughout her career, she has served on numerous legal and community organizations, including as Commissioner on the Access to Justice Commission, board member of Family Support Hawaii and the Children's Law Project of Hawaii, and volunteered with Hawaii State Bar Association programs. After having reviewed the testimony, which was all in support of her confirmation, and other materials submitted to the committee, and having examined the appointee in a hearing, your Judiciary Committee finds that Joanna Sakalo is qualified to serve as a District Family Court Judge of the Third Circuit and recommends that the Senate consent to the appointment. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent?
20 ayes.
Thank you. Joanna E. Sakalo has been confirmed as judge for the District Family Court of the Third Circuit. Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm pleased to introduce our new District Family Court Judge for Hawaii Island, Judge Joanna Sakalo. Please stand and be recognized. Judge Sakalo would like to acknowledge the support of her husband Benjamin and their children, and retired Judge Ronald Ibarra. Congratulations.
Thank you, Senator Rhodes. Madam Clerk.
Standing Committee Report number 3 on Judiciary Communication number 1, Jill M. Hasegawa, Judicial Appointee to the District Family Court of the Third Circuit, for adoption.
Is there any discussion? Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of Judiciary Communication number 1.
Please proceed.
Jill Hasegawa began her legal career in Honolulu at Ashford & Riston, a private law firm where she focused on family law and serving financial institution clients. During her 13 years at the firm, she became a partner. In 2017, Judge Hasegawa relocated to Hilo, where she grew up, to work with her father in his law practice. Her work has since focused on probate and trust administration matters and estate planning, and she has been appointed by the court to serve as a commissioner on foreclosure cases. Since the fall of 2020, Judge Hasegawa has served as a per diem district family court judge for the Third Circuit. She has already logged a significant number of hours on the bench, presiding over a variety of district court criminal, family court criminal, and district court civil cases. Judge Hasegawa received her Bachelor of Arts degree from the Elliott School of International Affairs at the George Washington University. I think I mentioned before that that's one of my alma maters, and her Juris Doctor from the William S. Richardson School of Law. Throughout her career, she has served on and led numerous legal and community organizations, including President of the Hawaii Women's Legal Foundation, President of the Bar Association's Young Lawyers Division, and Vice Chair of the Access to Justice Commission. After having reviewed the testimony, which was all in support of her confirmation, and other materials submitted to the committee, and having examined the appointee in a hearing, your Judiciary Committee finds that Jill Hasegawa is qualified to serve as a District Family Court Judge of the Third Circuit and recommends that the Senate consent to the appointment. Mahalo.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Senator Inouye?
Second, I think am I okay now?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I rise in support of JC number 1.
Please proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, I have known the Hasegawa family all of my life, and I'm so happy that Jill has returned to Hilo to continue her role in support of her parents. Both of her parents are attorneys as well, and I have known her mom when I was mayor of Hawaii County, when she worked for the state, representing the state in her duties in Hawaii County as well. And Jill, so impressive upon her return, of course, after having had to work on Oahu for a long time. We're just happy that she has come back to the Big Island, and in particular East Hawaii as well. And her commitment to her responsibilities as well, contributing and volunteering to her role as a community member, but also as an alumni at University of Hawaii at Hilo. And of course, so impressive with her work on the Women's Legal Foundation and doing her pro bono work with the victims of domestic violence. And so pleased, Mr. President, members, please support JC H1 in the name of Jill Hasegawa, and appreciate that. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you. Any further discussion? If not, do we have unanimous consent?
20 ayes.
Thank you. Jill M. Hasegawa has been confirmed as judge for the District Family Court of the Third Circuit. Senator Rhodes.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm pleased to introduce our second new District Family Court judge for Hawaii Island, Judge Jill Hasegawa. Please stand and be recognized. Joining Judge Hasegawa in the gallery are her parents, Ray and Jerry Hasegawa. If you could stand too to be recognized. Congratulations.
Thank you. Madam Clerk.
Miscellaneous business, usual and customary resolution. Senate Resolution Number 1, authorizing the President to approve the Journal of the Senate on this final day of the first special session of 2022 for adoption.
Senator DeCoit.
I move for the adoption of Senate Resolution Number 1.
Senator Favela.
I second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Any objections? If not, the motion is carried. Senate Resolution Number 1 has been adopted. Madam Clerk,
We have no further business, Mr. President.
are there any announcements today? If not, I have one with Chief Justice Rechtenwald here. 2 weeks ago, we finally returned to the Supreme Court chambers in swearing in two of the judges. Now, the associate justices were distanced, and the Supreme Court chamber was not in the overflowing state that it used to be, but it's certainly a step back to normalcy, and I am glad that we have the three nominees in our gallery today. The students from Lelehua, it's nice to be here with others and real great energy in our chambers. Hopefully we'll continue to make progress, and the return to normalcy will be sooner rather than later. If there are no further announcements, Senator DeCoit.
I move that the Senate of the 31st Legislature, first session of 2022, adjourn sine die.
Senator Favela.
I second that motion.
It's been moved and seconded. If there are no objections from the members, the Senate of the 31st Legislature, first special session of 2022, adjourned sine die.